What is up guys, it's your boy Solheim here, back with another World of Warcraft video for the War Within, and today I'm about to reveal one of my biggest gold making plans for the launch itself. And the reason why I'm revealing this is that I am very comfortable giving this one away, because it's not really that exclusive. There's methods to make it even better that I'm not going to cover exactly in this video, but this one right here, it's driven by supply and demand, as every gold making strategy is, and even if somehow a video like this gets 10,000 views, there's millions of people playing this game. So even if this ends up getting 10,000 views, just to throw a number out there, and every single one of you follows the same gold making strategy, there's enough of a demand for all of us to make a bunch of gold. Now for this one, we're talking about crafting professions in the War Within, and I'll be showing you. We're talking about engineering. I will also touch base on Inscription at the end of the video, just to talk about that as well. But for this one, we are focusing on engineering. And there's a couple of things you can do with engineering that is absolutely great. And I've tested this in Dragonflight, made a bunch of gold, and it looks to be even better in the War Within by spending your knowledge points in the right place. Now, when it comes to engineering, what I personally like doing here is focusing on crafting items that are further used in other crafts that people can then buy, and then they use it in other crafts. So think about all of the parts you can make from engineering. We have, for example, the Chaos Circuit, we have the Entropy Enhancer, the Safety Switch, we have the Bottled Brilliance, we have Gyrating Gear, we have a handful of Bismuth Bolts, and we have Whimsical Wiring. All of these requires, for example, ores and other types of parts that we can then turn into parts. And as you can see, this is a crafting reagent used by other engineers, for example, to make inventions, to make potion bombs, stuff like that. So think about inventions right here. They need the piles. If we go down to cogwheels, they need different parts to make their cogwheels. Embellishments, they need different parts to make those. Going down to geared for combat, once again they need parts. And when it comes to professional equipment, they also need parts. So by focusing yourself into crafting parts at the highest quality you can then sell those parts to other engineers that then further use those parts in other crafts. This creates a huge market where every single engineer really want parts at the highest quality possible, and as you can see, we are very close to guaranteeing quality 3, and that is by only using green quality profession tools, and we only have one tool plus one accessory. If we got the final accessory as well, we are very close to getting guaranteed quality 3, and if you get yourself blue tools and blue accessories, you can guarantee quality 3 parts, which is absolutely massive, and I haven't really spent that much knowledge points either. We are looking at a grand total of 95 knowledge points spent. So once again, the primary gold making aspect here is making parts or crafting reagents that you can then sell to other people, because reagents tend to sell faster than other crafted items because people need them all the time. So you're focusing on making something with a profit margin that has an incredibly high sell rate, especially at the start of the expansion. Think about everyone who's skilling up engineering. They want to get those parts while they're skilling up, and for the final skill points they have to do the kind of expensive crafts, which then once again you can supply the crafts for, or the reagents for, at quality 2, maybe even quality 3. Now with that being said, let's talk about how to spend your knowledge points, why to spend them where you are, and let's talk about setting this up for the maximum profit that you can. Alright, so first off, let's talk about the knowledge points and how to spend those. So for this one, we are focusing on inventing, we are doing parts, and we're also doing ingenious. Now let's talk about a certain route to go for. Now you have to go for inventing first, you don't really have a choice here, and by spending 10 points into inventing, you will then learn a sub-spec of your choice. In this case, even though we're focusing on parts, I would go for this one first, the ingenious. This one gives you more ingenuity as well, so you can see here, it gives you more ingenuity per point spent, and also reduces the concentration costs on all engineering crafts by 5%, and you'll be spending concentration to reach guaranteed quality 3 anyway, especially in the start. You'll be using concentration for those quality 3 parts, and if you look here, when we spend 15 knowledge points, you will get a whenever you invent, you gain Inventor's Guile. Hopefully I said that correctly, but either way, This increases your multicraft, resourcefulness, and ingenuity by 150 for 12 hours. So when you do an invention, you will get a massive buff, and multicraft plus resourcefulness simply helps you make gold, and ingenuity can give you concentration back. Now, once again, you'll be using concentration to get guaranteed quality 3 parts, so this one right here is massive. So once again, we start by spending 10 knowledge points in inventing, we then learn a subspec, we then spend 15 knowledge points here. After that, we go back to inventing, we spend another 10 points to then learn another subspec, which is then going to be parts. After that, we focus on maxing out parts and also maxing out inventing. Now, in total, this will take you 95 knowledge points, and per my estimations, you can get about 60 knowledge points in the first week. This depends heavily on how much effort you put in. You can probably make a little bit more, and most of you will probably end up making a little bit less, but you get 24, for example, from the treasures that you grab. You can get 6 from weekly quests, so you have 3 from the regular weekly quest, and then you have 3 from the crafting orders weekly quest as well. So just based on that, we're already on 30, and then we have first time crafts, and as you can see, we have a bunch of different recipes, all giving you first time craft bonuses, so you're already up to about 50 if you just do a couple of first time crafts and gather the treasures and do your weekly quests. Now you're on 50 knowledge points, and that's not even talking about renown. Renown is going to be account wide / warbound, so if you get to renown 12 with the Council of Dornogal, for example, you get 10 knowledge points with different professions, and different renown has different knowledge points for different professions, and you can get 10 of them for getting to renown 12. So based on that, if you grind a little bit of reputation or renown, you can get 10 more, and now you're on 60. Now, by spending all of those knowledge points and getting a couple of tools / accessories, we are now very close. We are 25 skill away from guaranteeing quality 3 parts on every single craft without using concentration, and once again, we can upgrade this tool to a blue tool instead. We can upgrade the green one to a blue one, and we can get a blue one over here as well. Now, getting 3 blue items will be very difficult the first week. It's not going to be impossible. It will just be very difficult, but it will also be possible, and I'm gonna make a gold guide exclusive video talking more about maximizing professions. So if you want to take this gold making strategy that I've just talked about right here, for example, in this video, and you want to take it to the absolute next level, make a bunch more gold, check out my War Within Goldmaking Guide, where I'm now starting to make a little bit more exclusive content for those of you who have supported me by getting the gold guide. Once again, you will have early access to a lot of the videos for the War Within, you will have a couple of exclusive videos as well, and I just make it my goal to help you guys make as much gold as humanly possible. The War Within is looking to be an absolutely incredible expansion for gold making. I don't understand how it's even better than Dragonflight was, because Dragonflight as well was amazing, and based on everything I've seen so far, the War Within looks even better. If you're doing crafting, it's better, if you're doing farming, it's better, so it's just like every aspect of gold making in the War Within is just looking really good, and I'm really hyped for the brand new expansion. So once again, if you want my help to make a bunch of gold in the War Within, check out that gold making guide through the link down below, and if you do buy the guide, thank you so much. Your support is truly means a lot to me, and it's what keeps me going here, and it gives me the freedom to spend a lot more time on the beta, finding out what works and what doesn't, and develop gold making strategies. So once again, thank you so much. Your support means pretty much everything. Thank you. And once again, there's going to be a gold guide exclusive video that you will only have access to by having this guide, which directly benefits the gold making strategy we have talked about so far here, and takes it to the next level, talking more about how to obtain way more artisan security, for example, and even knowledge points. So you're just taking this to the next level, you are making a lot more gold, and yeah, check it out, link down below. Either way, if you do, thank you so much. Now let's talk about, we have talked about engineering quite a bit here, exactly what I'm doing, why I'm crafting parts, because once again I do believe they will sell really well, they will have a high sell rate because it's a crafting reagent that is then further used in other crafts as well, and we are focusing on maximizing our profits here by getting the multi-craft bonus, for example. Oh yeah, speaking of multi-craft, make sure your tool, the main tool, also has multi-craft on it. That is pretty important, so keep in mind multi-craft is key, and spend your knowledge points to get the ingenuity, the inventor's guile, to get 150 more multi-craft and resourcefulness. It is really massive. So once again, just to recap the knowledge point situation here, spend 10 points into inventing to learn the subspec, spend 15 points here to get the buff, go back, spend 10 more points to then learn parts, max out parts, go back, max this one out, and you're good to go. Now, for the future, when you keep getting more knowledge points, you can just keep maxing out Ingenious to give you more ingenuity, for example, and some more bonuses throughout here as well. Plus, you can go to the right side to get the Scrapper one. This one gives you resourcefulness and just gives you more resourcefulness the more you spend, and this one, for example, maximum scrap yield by most sources is increased by 1, so you just get more stuff. And you save more from the resourcefulness as well, which is pretty important. So you can take this one to make a little bit more gold as well. Now, when it comes to Inscription, I will be doing a lot of the same that I was doing with Engineering, and I do plan to have Inscription plus Engineering on the same character, just to have one absolutely massive gold-making character in the War Within. And for Inscription, I'll be focusing on making ink, and I'll be specifying into making ink at the highest quality that I can, and also getting tools at the highest quality, even though I don't have that now on the beta. I will be getting this with multicraft at preferably quality 5, maybe even get the blue one, because we do have a really good method to get the blue tools and accessories for ourselves in the War Within, so you can deck yourself out in full blues pretty much if you just put in some effort right there. And yeah, I'll be focusing on getting these to a guarantee of quality 2 and then spending concentration to get them at quality 3. Once again, using multicraft to get as many inks as I can every single time and spending concentration to force them to quality 3. Now, even now, if I had quality 3 pigments, I would be able to make quality 2. Even if I had quality 2 pigments, I would be able to make quality 2 inks. So the quality of the pigments that you have really does matter here, and you might even want to have a character specified into milling to be able to mill at a higher quality as well. So for example, right now we can mill and get some quality 2 big pigments, and we can even use concentration to get them at quality 3 if we want to. But going back to the inks though, we can make those, as you can see right now, even just getting some of these pigments at quality 2 pushed me over the edge to now be able to make quality 2 and spend concentration to get quality 3. Now, when it comes to how to spend your knowledge points here, you want to go into Pursuit of Perfection and get both the Perfection tree and improved inks maxed out. That's going to be 60 knowledge points, but as we covered, we're going to get 60 on the first week. That is pretty much guaranteed if you put in some effort. To get 60 knowledge points in the first week should be fairly obtainable for most people, and that way you will now have the maximum skill you can while making ink. After that, you want to go back to a Pursuit of Knowledge, and you want to max this one out. This one will give you 3 ingenuity, 3 resourcefulness, and 3 multicraft for every single point you spend. In addition, you unlock bonuses, giving you more of those same 3 stats every single time, and as you can see, there's a lot of bonuses. So maxing this one out is simply the jack of all trades, and gives you way more ingenuity, multicraft, and resourcefulness, all of which will directly impact your benefits. Now, when you max this one out, which was going to be 30 knowledge points, so 90 in total, you will now earn an additional knowledge point when reading an Algari treatise on Inscription. That's something you can do every single week, so maxing this one out gives you access to 1 more knowledge point per week. That might not be that important in the short term, but long term it will definitely help out. 2.5 months, that is 10 more knowledge points, which is pretty massive. After this one is maxed out, now we're on 90 points already. Now you want to go into multitasking for even more multicraft, and multicraft grants up to, it grants you more stuff per multicraft proc, and gives you a higher chance to proc multicraft as well, and this once again affects every single Cass Oligar inscription recipe, including inks. So yeah, one of my main ways to make gold at the launch of not Dragonflight, but the War Within, will be to use both engineering plus inscription to kind of work as a middleman, because people need someone to be in between the farmers and the crafters to make crafting reagents for those crafters. So if you are an engineer focused on crafting, for example, the gear for combat, or you want to make cogwheels, well, you will not have the ability to craft the parts at the quality that somebody who's focusing on the parts can make them at. So you are most likely going to be better off buying them from someone else rather than crafting them yourself. And I will be that middleman. I will be that guy taking profit from you guys, and I'm going to be buying materials cheap and selling the crafted items for more to other people, further using them in crafts. And the same thing goes for inscription. Like, once again, I'll be buying the pigment, or I might even have a separate scribe for milling as well, where I just buy the herbs, then I mill them, then I send them to my ink crafter, craft the ink, and then I sell them to another scribe, using them to, for example, make the missives, or make some professional equipment, treatises, whatever they are making. Because when they are making, for example, the Vantus rune, they want to get this at quality 3, and in order to do that, they will very likely want inks that are also quality 3, to push them over the edge, and then use their concentration to make this Vantus rune at quality 3. So quality 3 materials and crafting reagents will be incredibly valuable in the War Within, mark my words on that one, and I believe this strategy right here will print millions. So once again, I will be making a kind of follow-up video, which is going to be private or exclusive to the people that have my gold guide, so check that out if you haven't. And if you enjoyed this video, leave a like down below and let me know your gold making strategy in the comments as well. And thank you for watching, I really do appreciate it. I'll see you at the launch. Peace out.